Hey guys, what's up and welcome to my video. Please grab your pen and paper because Snipe0789, also known as Shep, is here to offer a little bit of gameplay and commentary based on some statistics. Yep, that's right, statistics in video games. I happen to be somebody who studies business, and so oftentimes we're challenged to look at our strengths and see how we can best utilize those, and then also to look at statistics. And so I decided, hey, how can I apply some business stuff into Call of Duty? So basically I'm just going to talk about some things as far as my strengths. I love to run around and kill people from behind, so I like to get large kill streaks as well, so it's pretty difficult to do that if everybody knows where you are. So as you can see here, I put a silencer on my AK-12, which is a good middle-of-the-road weapon for both short-range and long-range weapons. But anyway, so I use a silencer, I use SATCOM jammer, and I use stalker. Man, there's no perk more important than stalker in my opinion, if you can aim. If you can't aim, well, then, well, I guess you're pretty much screwed to begin with. But if you can't aim, then definitely don't use stalker. Remember, you gotta play to your strengths, and if you can't aim, well, don't use stalker, use something else. But anyways, today I just want to talk about statistics in general. I can't tell you what you're good at, what you're not good at, but I can tell you what normally happens in Call of Duty. A lot of times, you know, it's a big complaint in the Call of Duty community, but the games are very similar year to year, and I like this because it means that I can still be kind of a good player without reinvesting all the time I've put into the game in order to, you know, maintain my level of skill and knowledge. But one thing I wanted to talk about for this game specifically, one thing I love is that the whole thing is fully customizable. Your whole loadout and perk set is customizable, so please take full advantage of this. And the first and most important way you could do this, arguably, is to remove your secondary weapon. Okay, so if you think about all the times that you're going to need your secondary weapon, it's very, very rare. Okay, and the amount of times you're going to walk over a dead body after you spawn is almost the great majority of the time. You're going to be able to walk over a dead teammate's body to pick up a gun, or you're going to have enough ammo in your gun to kill that first enemy. At least, gosh, I hope you can. Anyway, so you're going to almost certainly be able to find a secondary gun before you need it. So please just don't use a secondary weapon. Instead, spend that on perk points, because perks are so important to success in Call of Duty. So one thing to consider when we're on the subject of perks is just which ones to choose in order to, you know, if remain stealthy, or maybe you don't need to go with stealth, but just so you're not obviously on the map to everyone. So one thing that I think is absolutely essential to being successful in Call of Duty is using a SATCOM jammer. If you're not using a SATCOM jammer, I don't know how you're doing well, if you are doing well at all. So it's very necessary, especially if you're trying to compare it to using something like Blind Eye. Blind Eye blocks your name over your character when someone aims at you. It also blocks thermal and the Oracle. Okay, but the Oracle is so rarely used that I really don't think that using Blind Eye is relevant. Okay, I did a little study. I recorded about 50 games I played, and on average the Oracle was used about 0.15 times, okay, in kill confirmed games. I played 25 kill confirmed games and found that it was only used 0.15 times a game in kill confirmed. But the SATCOM instead was used 2.75 times a game. So a whole lot more there. And then for Domination, people are more likely to use support classes. So the Oracle was used just 0.5 times a game that time. But the SATCOM was used 3.5 times a game. So the SATCOM is so much more common. It's incredible. It doesn't give away your position as much as the Oracle, but please, please, please use the SATCOM jammer before you use the Blind Eye. Okay, so this is just something to keep in mind here. You're a whole lot less likely to need the Oracle than you are a SATCOM jammer. And another thing added onto that is thermal. The better players in this game are not using thermal because they're able to distinguish their enemies from their environment. And because the better players are not using thermal, the ones that are going to be less likely to hit you anyways. So don't worry about using thermal. Just something to keep in mind. If you have any suggestions about ways that you could use statistics, what things normally happen in Call of Duty to benefit your game, please leave a comment and feel free to let me know what you think. Thanks. Bye-bye.